Weep Grana Weep Niddy Bong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today on my channel we're going to be dipping back into the IDW comic book world of Transformers to look at issue 4 of Transformers Escape. Now I know, apologies, I've been a little slow bringing these to you lately. This is because I had these on order and unfortunately my copy got cancelled from my supplier, and issue 5 came before issue 4, and then of course I had to go and find a copy of issue 4 to bring you issue 4 to move on to issue 5 to then carry on with the main line that carries on after issue 5 of this. I hope you're all able to follow that. So yeah, let's dip into issue 4 right now. Let's start off by looking at this absolutely fantastic, beautiful front cover. So we have Hound and Wheeljack running away from just an absolute mess of Insecticons. Absolutely fantastic. The Swarm is here, boys. No escaping them now. Absolutely fantastic. So we get Transformers Escape, and then when I open it up we get a little bit of artwork here from Transformers Escape, and then we also get a little bit of a recap. So we know, just a recap on the story, the idea here is that the flesh creatures that live on Cybertron need to escape. Basically, they need to escape the war that's going on. So, of course, the bots, the Autobots are helping them, but the Insecticons have actually found out that flesh creatures are pretty damn tasty. So they're on the hunt to try and munch and crunch on these ones. Soundwave, Shockwave, even Shockwave is kind of using the Insecticons, as we know, because they have massive, great cloning powers, that they're starting to work out that Shockwave doesn't really have their back in this situation. So Shockwave dispatches a couple of cons to take vengeance upon the Insecticons before they realize actually how powerful they are. And the reason it's called Escape is because they're all trying to get an arc. And who has the arcs? Straxus has the arcs. So they're trying to get some arcs of Straxus to let all of the flesh creatures leave Cybertron. Main characters in this one is the Jack of all wheels, Wheeljack himself. Of course, the Insecticons, Nautica, Straxus. This is the worst looking Straxus I've ever seen in my life. I hate this. IDW, love your work. Hate this Straxus. Hound, Diatlas, Rage, and Hydra Dread. Alright, so we start to see a lone bot making his way through a city carrying what I thought was a plank of wood, but it's not a plank of wood, it's something else. And he's looking for his general. He's looking for his general. And who's his general? His general is Diatlas. So he finally finds Diatlas, and we find out this dude's name is Speeder. And Speeder then presents Diatlas with his sword that he's been looking after since Diatlas left. Diatlas, though, says he has no need for this, my friend, because Diatlas is now a pacifist. There was a battle that went on in issue 3, and Diatlas said he is not here to take out any more people's sparks, so he's on a little bit of a hiatus from any kind of violence. We look over on the next page, and the bots are trying to get into Darkmount, and of course the leader of Darkmount is Straxus. Wheeljack doesn't really want to be here, but the rest of the bots are saying, look, Straxus responds better to people who are kind of on his level. So Wheeljack is there, Highbrow's there as well, but Wheeljack doesn't really want to go there, and Highbrow says that he's got a little bit of anxiety, Wheeljack, about being there. Wheeljack says he doesn't have any kind of anxiety, don't be ridiculous, it's nothing like that. They then enter the building, and there is Straxus, Lord Straxus, looking very bizarre, rocking No mask in 2021, bad boy on your rug. Get a mask on, my friend. And then we have a look, and he's basically showing off. He's showing off all of the ways that Darkmount is better than everywhere. He is also concerned about the trajectory of the Titans that are currently orbiting because they're crashing into Cybertron. But he shows them around Darkmount and then shows them the other arcs. What he says here is that basically he has to look after the population of Darkmount. He doesn't really want to tell them precisely what that population is, but it equates to 2.5 arcs, and the arcs are not ready to go yet. But Jack is like, hang on, if the arcs are not ready to go, why are you loading the arcs? Why are you getting ready to leave? Straxus has had enough. Straxus also wants off the planet. And he's saying, do you know how many lives he's responsible for in Darkmount? 2.5 worth. He also says about Darkmount is his responsibility. He says there's no violence, there's nothing goes wrong in Darkmount, and also none of the people from Darkmount joined the Rise, which was the basically early version of the Decepticons. So he has a responsibility to keep all his people safe, because he kept them safe during the war, and now that the war is kind of escalating, he needs to keep his people safe, so that probably includes them leaving Cybertron. On the next page, we see Rage and Hydra Dread entering the area where the Insecticons base is, and it's pretty cool because they have these acid guns. If you remember from, I want to say late 80s, early 90s, I can't remember which one it was, but if you remember those bots that came packed with those liquid squirting guns, this is a callback to that, which is pretty cool in their proper 90s day glow colours. So they can't wait to try out their new weapons. And then we move over to Hound and Gears, who are having a conversation around giving one of the Titans a new leg, which is Leviathan, and we can see there. Basically, Gears goes off to try and help with the welding. Hound then speaks to Chroma and says, look, go off and do some scouting and make sure the area is safe while we're doing these repairs. In the bowels of the Insecticons' lair, we see Hydra, Dread and Rage trying to find their way around, and then they are attacked by Kickback. So of course this is a great excuse for them to just use their acid guns. So they start off by using their acid guns and they say they've got him, and then he still ends up on top of Rage, and Rage says no, you haven't got him. So Rage fully injects his gun and squirts it from the inside, and we see Kickback melting out, and they say, hey, this is pretty cool, that's one down. Only 3 Insecticons, so that's 1 down, 2 to go. And they realize, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs! They were wrong. The Insecticons have already multiplied and cloned themselves. After finishing the meeting with Straxus, they've come to the conclusion, well, Jack has come to the conclusion that he does not trust him, and he thinks that Straxus is going to double cross them, and basically that they should also think that Straxus thinks the whole planet is doomed and that they should all look for a reason to leave. We then see another Titan coming down. So this is Emissary, the Titan who refused to become a god, crashing down onto the planet. Rage and Hydra Dread running away from those Insecticons, and then Emissary smashes down into the mountains around there where where the Autobots are doing the repairs. And then we look on the side, Rage and Hydra Dread desperately trying to escape this swarm. They manage to escape, but so does the swarm. The Autobot scout returns and tells the Autobots something is coming. What is coming? The swarm is coming. Hound then says to Diatlas, hey, I know you're a pacifist, Diatlas, but these are clones, so they don't have sparks. And secondly, everybody will be vanquished if you don't take up arms against them. Diatlas replies, Speeder, Yes, General. Fetch my sword, please. So Die Atlas, back in action, ready to go with his sword, ready to fight the Horde. Yeah, that rhymed. We then see the front cover of the next one, which is the Dayglow Luminous, awesome looking cover with the Insecticon Horde all over it. The next one is just these little Rage and Hydra Dread with Kickback hiding behind them. Then the one that I got, that's pretty cool. I like this one. It's really, really nice. And then we look at the next one, and we see Die Atlas just sat at the back with everybody else looking scared. Bizarre. Just really, really weird cover. Then we get told about some new bold plushies. Yay! If you like a bit of plushie action. Then the continuing story of the Transformers Beast Wars rages on. I think it's all the way up to issue 10, so I don't know how long this one's going to go on for, but it's pretty cool. It's running. I'm not covering it or reading it because I'm not really into Beast Wars, but let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments. Are you picking this one up? Is it worth me, as someone who's not really into Beast Wars, is it worth me picking up? Let me know. Then we also get an advert for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin Director's Cut. And on the back, we get the awesome artwork of the Ark. So that's where we are with Escape. I will be doing issue number 5 very, very soon to draw Escape to a close before we move on back to the main line. And then also we have the Wreckers coming. I'm also covering Grimlock's a solo edition as well. So much coming from IDW. So much awesome stuff at the moment. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!